Okay. Why?
Are you fully zoomed in? If you are, chat doesn't show up.
Yeah, but I'm usually able to pull it off to the side. Chat. Let me try something. Stop share. There we go. There's chat. Who's Chad? Chad is gone. Okay.
Is Champ there?
There we go. Chad is back now. We're good. All right. So, the goal today is writing an algorithm called valid braces that takes a string and returns a Boolean of whether or not the string has a valid brace configuration, I guess we'll call it, right? So, hint, yesterday we made some stacks. Might be a good direction to go in. So questions on this algorithm. I know there's not a ton of explanation involved, but
What stacks? What are you talking about by stacks?
yesterday's algorithms. You guys built a stack.
Oh yeah, those stacks.
Yeah, those stacks. No questions about expectations? Let me do given
Are we being
string.
tested on our stacking skills?
Sort of, a little bit.
Do unbalanced parentheses actually matter for strings?
No, not like the actual string itself, but maybe you want to make a grammar app or something. I don't know, something that takes a string and says whether or not it's valid. So Kamakani, what you're supposed to be doing is given a string. So if I say valid braces this should return true, right? Because there's an opening parentheses and an open curly brace, then a closing curly brace and a closing parentheses, which is the right order. But if I had this, that would be the wrong order, right? This is not valid because this guy is followed by this guy, but then this needs to be closed by this, not this, but this is here first, right? Yes, I will copy and paste this code in here, even though there's not all that much here. But yes. Does that answer your question, Kamakani? Return a Boolean whether or not the string has a valid brace configuration. No more questions?
Are we looking to implement regex within this?
Implement what?
Regex, R-E-G-E-X.
Oh, regex? No.
Okay.
No. This is just going to be, so the goal is to use a stack to find a way to check if the string has a valid brace configuration. Okay, so who's at Dennis's house? Is it Dennis, Hunter, Kamakani, and Song?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, TFTI.
Cool. Any other questions on this before I split you all up?
Wait, what?
What?
What are we doing?
So the given a string, write an algorithm that determines whether or not the configuration of the braces in that string are valid. So this is a valid braces configuration because you have an open parentheses and a closed parentheses, and the open parentheses is before the closed parentheses, right? This is also a valid braces configuration because the order that the braces open is the same order that they close in, right? This is not a valid braces configuration because you have an open parentheses, an open curly brace, and then a closing square brace before this closes, also before there's even an open square brace, right? So the goal is, given a string, write an algorithm that determines whether or not the configuration of the braces in that string are valid, and I want you to return a Boolean based on that.
Okay,
Cool?
cool.
All right. I will copy and paste this code into chat for you guys and send you all on your way. Breakout time. All right, manually, let's go. Thank you, it's beautiful. I'm gonna print it out and put it on my fridge. All right, so breakout room 1. So we have Dennis, Hunter, Kamakani, and Song in there, right? Cool. Ready? Break.
Didn't say
Not
ready.
ready. Okay, fine.
Does anybody want to do a screen share with it, or?
Yeah, I'll share my screen. What's up? What are we working on today?
So doing a for loop, comparing the brackets, essentially. That's what I think. Establishing two.
Is that right? Does that do it? Oh, yes.
No.
No? Damn.
Hardy, har.
It's worth a shot. Screen
Or is it-
share, annotate, work, collaborate, and listen, or something. I don't know. How's that song go?
What?
What? Stop, collaborate, and listen? Something like that?
Is that from like School of Rock or something?
No.
Well, then you lost me.
Ice Ice Baby.
Oh, well, got you.
Do I have to screen share this?
No.
No? No? Okay. I won't.
It's like, I'm going to anyway.
Hey, Cody, are we allowed to use lists or arrays?
Sure.
Okay.
Chris, have you been typing it out?
No? Why would I have to type anything?
Screen share, annotate, do things.
Like these would be called, I think these are technically called symbols.
Hey Cody,
Okay.
we discovered that this problem is impossible.
You have discovered wrong. I have
What are
faith.
those? What are those called? If the brackets, curly brackets, are they specific? Because I was thinking, like a car field. It's not a car field. They're more like symbol field. Is there something that we are missing here for them?
So Python, I think, doesn't have characters specifically. I know in C# there are chars, which are characters. But each individual one of them is a string that's a subset of a string. But so what exactly is it that you're trying to figure out?
Well, my original thought was to have a bunch of different variables
Mhm.
that a bunch of different etch cases to catch anything that might go in, but that seems there's a number of bazillion options that could happen, so that's not
Mhm.
very efficient.
Right.
And so other than that, I don't really know where else to go on that.
Okay. Well, let's brainstorm here, right? If there is an open parentheses or an open brace, does it have a corresponding closing brace,
Okay.
right? And the closing brace only relies on the most recent opening brace, right?
Okay.
So let's talk about stacks. If we have a stack, what is the order that things go in and come out? We talked about that one yesterday.
It goes in
Last
left.
in, first out.
Right, last in, first out. So if you use a stack to push in the braces as they appear, and if you have some way to hold on to, an open brace and its corresponding closing brace so that you know what goes with what, you can check the top of the stack to see if it's the right closing brace, right? To see if that connection is right. Does that make sense at all?
So we would push would we push it into like an array, and then we end up check using this stack like peak feature to see if that's the right one?
Well, I would push it into a stack. Use the code that you wrote yesterday for the stacks.
So that's what I was talking about earlier, but it sounds, and Michael was saying this, but that this is not a single link list. So
No.
why would we be using this if it's not a single link list?
Why would we use a stack? So again, the goal here is using a stack to help in determining if the order of the braces are correct, right? So if the last brace, if the last opening brace matches the closing brace that we're looking at, right? So if let me annotate here a little bit. Let's say we have a stack here, right? Just visually. And if our string is, you know,
Wow, that's
right?
very avant-garde.
Fix this one. Right? If we look here, is this a brace?
No.
No. Is this a brace?
No.
Nope.
No. Is this a brace?
If you're asking like curly brace, then no.
Or just any kind of one of these? The you
Yeah,
know,
that's a parenthesis. Yeah.
Right.
it's one of these, right? Like anything in here. These are all the kinds of braces. So this
Right.
is, so what if we push it into the stack? It's at the top of the stack. What about this guy?
Yes.
This is an L, so no.
Wait,
This
what?
is also an L.
Oh, I couldn't see what you were pointing at. I thought you were on the
oh
other
yeah.
one.
Okay, so
It didn't
It's
show up.
hello, gotcha, okay.
that guy, right? That's an L, so no.
Unless those are pipes.
Nope.
But those are also not braces. Never
Right.
mind.
This is also not a brace, right?
Right.
What about this guy?
Yeah.
Yes.
That
Right.
is a brace. So if we push that into the stack,
Oh. Right.
right? So now, going on to the next. Is this a brace?
No.
No,
No. Is this a brace?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so let's look at the top of our stack. Is this... That was gross. Is this the closing brace that matches this?
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Cool. So then we could probably just pop this out of the stack because that's the right order. And go to the next one. Is this a brace?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does this close this?
Yeah.
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 So then we can pop it. And then we
Oh.
end the string. If there's nothing left in here, then we have a valid brace configuration.
Interesting.
So the challenge becomes, how can you use some kind of data structure to store and say, you know, this thing is paired with this thing. And this thing is paired with this thing, right?
You could just use another string, right?
You could, but there's another data structure that I would recommend using. But can't just give you all the answers. So I challenge you to brainstorm and think about that. What kind of data structure do you think would be best to hang on to keep, you know, corresponding pairs of things?
Okay.
I will leave you with that.
All right.
Thanks.
No problem.
Well, I'm
Oh, push.
pushing.
Sorry, wait.
I'm going
What am
to.
I'm sorry. I'm all over the place right now.
Okay, I'll go over it just 1 second.
How goes it in here?
It's going great.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally not confused by anything at all.
What are you confused on?
Nothing. I just said that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So yeah, you know what?
Swear every time I come in here, Thomas is just ready to mess around. He's always ready with something. Does he just wait? Does he do anything other than just wait for me to come in? Because that's what it
We've
seems
just
like
been
he
sitting
does.
here waiting for you to come in.
Yeah. You sprung our trap card.
How's your actual algorithm going?
This is one I made. Richard created one similar. I'll temporarily get rid of the frog.
Oh, you erased your test.
Dude, who needs my test? All right, there we go.
Yeah, because that's nice and easy to read.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't read that now.
Oh, so smart.
Eh, sure.
Who's taking my controller?
No buts. Get that cat out of here.
Hi, Cody.
Hello.
Dennis is mad.
Why?
He's yelling, how?
We started with this stuff, but what's next? It's like stack. Mm. Stack. Hello. Yeah. Stack.
Last in, first out.
Yeah. Who's drawing? Cody.
Yeah, we have to do it.
Yeah, we're
like
trying
this.
to do.
We have to do our nodes.
But
we have to do a singly linked list.
That seems a lot, like a lot.
No, it's just what we've been doing.
Yeah.
There should be a way how to compare every string with dictionary.
But we don't really need to.
Why we need that?
Because if we have our stack, right? Look, we have our stack. And we got our bracket. Then if we have another opening bracket,
Yeah.
we need
Yeah.
this first, right? So this.
No, if we have some other closing bracket and it's not equal to our last opening brackets, then it means it falls.
Yes. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. We need this. If we just opened it with this, we need this. If we get another opening bracket, though, it's
That's
okay.
okay, yeah.
But the very last opening, unless it's another opening, it needs to be
The
that
same.
matching
Yeah.
guy. Then once
It's
that
not
one's
equal to
met,
it,
then this one's next in the list. Now we need this closing guy.
Yeah.
And then when that one's done, we need this next closing guy.
Yes.
So we have to do a singly linked list. We have to do our SL.
He's typing something. Push open grace. Push second.
Oh, okay. You're gonna have to push and peek and all that stuff multiple times.
There.
Oh. Your handwriting is beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
So you're gonna have to do that multiple times. Push open, push to open, and then you peek.
It's still supposed to be a for loop.
This is too hard. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Tough cookies.
You make the worst cookies.
If
Hello, Cody.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry, we're all running through the algorithm right now, basically T-diagramming it.
If you run pop, it'll remove the thing, so you want to peek instead. But otherwise, it's the right train of thought that you guys are going for.
Ah.
He says he wants to remove it.
Not Oh, I guess you're right. If it doesn't match, yeah, no, never mind. I take it back. You're right. Because if it doesn't match, then you want to just return false, so it doesn't matter if you actually got rid of it. If it does match, then you wanted to get rid of it anyway. So, cool. Never mind. Joseph's right. I'm wrong. Carry on. Ignore me.
Well, we should
It
have
was
made
like-
it for
I was-
I in range,
That thingy,
so we don't have
I
to
was trying
put
to.
string every time. I think so.
Yeah, so it's less confusing. That's good.
If if I bracket 0 is so the first spot if that equals
Is equal to,
opening bracer.
That work?
Hmm?
If I, because I'm calling self
Ah.
bracer.
yes. Self-valid B,
I don't know what.
then it's
Lowercase
true.
f.
Print true. Return true.
Equals valid B. I think we need to push it to
Yeah, I was gonna say print return or print push, because then the push is on the next line.
We don't want to print to push. We want to actually
Push, P-U-S-H.
one dot push. Open bracket.
Who's writing?
Cody.
oh peak.
Oh, I forgot about that too.
Compared to what? I can't see that. I have to fix my.
Compared to corresponding close.
Oh, there's comparison. Push open brace. So maybe we change valid B to just a single open quote, not a close quote, but just a single quote.
Pairs. Look in the chat.
Grr. Is that wrong? Apparently that's wrong. Open squiggly line.
Dictionary. Yeah, so that's how we push onto that. So we could do,
Well, that's what you're talking about with the array.
well, he wants us to use a dictionary to push onto instead of like an array. So we would have something like this. So if any of these come back, it would return true.
So now in our dictionary, the key is the opening bracer and the value is the closing bracer.
Mm-hmm.
If I equals that, or that, then
Remove the
no
stack thing that
push.
I had before, so you can. So I have an extra parameter. You can remove that from the.
Right, so hold on. If it's an opening bracket, we put it in your array.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a closing bracket, we check the array.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what that does.
So either we can do one thing. We can add. So we can say new array of. You can have a. Oh, okay. Okay, I think. So you can have a counter to to have an index count of the new array. is there something like push and pop that we had in JavaScript? I don't know.
Hold on.
Do you
Hey,
have anything push and pop, Cody?
Oh, hi there.
Is there a way to quickly check the last item in an array? Just the last item.
Length of array of -1 will give you the index, and new array of that should give you that.
You can do that, but if you're using a stack, you built a peek into it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll peek the last thing that was put in.
Oh, well, we removed the stack because that was getting way too complicated.
But you have stack.pop, so you didn't remove the stack.
We did it, and we just took out this, and we thought we'll do it using another array instead of stack.
Well, yeah, so you can do that. You can check by saying, you know, array at length of array -1. That'll give you the last thing in the
This thing.
array.
Where are chats? Why not? Grr. Give me chat. Silly thing. Yeah, right. That's what I thought. Okay, so. So. Length of the new array -1.
The -1 should be outside the parentheses.
All right. Yes, I knew that.
Of course you did.
No, God, no, stop it. So if that equals that, right, so that and then that. So we're going to copy.
Oh God, my drawings are still in here.
Yeah,
Hunter, your camera is not working.
I know. It doesn't work.
Fix it.
Again?
I'll try it again. It's not working. Cody's is working. I can see his beautiful face right there. We're too stupid for these every time.
Yesterday's was not bad.
Oh, it was bad.
We were too stupid for
We
yesterday's
didn't
too.
finish it like that. The last part,
You're jumping through a lot of
Why do we have to do these in the morning when we're all retarded?
It's the brain juices flowing.
I hate it. I hate that we.
Yeah, but then I'd be falling asleep during Cody's lectures.
I mean, it is good to get you going, but man, it's a really dumb way, good way to make you feel stupid. And
My brain doesn't wake up until 12.
I mean, the other thing that I want to remind you guys is how long have you been doing this?
long enough.
Oh, 4 weeks? I'm giving you a new one of these every day?
Yeah. It's weird though. It's like when you explain it, it's like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense.
Mhm.
But I can also look at it and be like, I still could have spent all day and not found it. Like it makes sense. I can follow it.
Mhm.
I can't create it.
no, that won't work. Because we need to compare, if we found another opening, any braces, we need to find out the closing brace.
Do we need to be doing this as a singly linked list?
No, you don't have to. You guys, you're using the array the way that a stack is used. So
yeah.
I tried it for the first time after I got out of the military because you're not allowed to leave.
Okay, length from braces equals 0 versus the fifth string.
So we found our first match.
Yeah.
Right here.
Mm-hmm. So we append.
So now it.
Hi, Cody.
hello.
You can't be sneaky anymore.
I'm not trying to be sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
I was never trying to be sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
What would that accomplish?
Sneaking in to see if people are actually doing what they're supposed to be doing.
It's not sneaking. It's what I'm supposed to do. I'm not trying to be sneaky about it.
Uh-huh. So we all understand the code.
Oh. Okay, so you guys can present. Cool.
I say
What?
Joe presents.
No, you're the one that just
That
said
would
that you
be
all
fun.
understood. So
Well, no, because we went through it. We went over it
okay,
and get it. And there are notes.
I leave it to you guys to figure out who to present. But I will call on your group. You guys are group 2. So when I say group 2, someone better pipe up. Goodbye. My drawings are still here. Cool.
Yeah, I'm stuck. I'm not sure even where to go from here.
So we're like creating a comparison, like to compare different spots in the stack.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
to look at each of their values. All right.
I don't know how to compare. I'm stuck here. Because it's not return self, it's return true. But I think that doesn't fit this little setup here.
Let's see. So how do you? What are you using as your? Let's see. Okay, so you don't want to have this stuff. So your push and pop and all of those functions should stay exactly the same as they were yesterday. If you, let's see, I'm going to take over your computer for a second here. All right, so valid X. Okay, so let's say you have okay, so def valid braces, right? And you take the string that you want to go through and check to see if it has a valid brace configuration. So we'll say valid B equals open parentheses pairs with close parentheses, open curly brace pairs with closed curly brace, open square brace pairs with closed square brace, right?
Right.
So then what you want to do is loop for I in string. So loop through each character in the string. If, let's see.
Yeah, it's the second, the comparable value or the whatever you want. I don't know how you say that.
Check if I
I's pair is missing.
Well, the first thing you want to do is check if I is an opening brace. If it is, push it into a stack. So we'll say brace stack equals stack. All right, so you're going to make a new stack for each character in the string. Check if I is an opening brace. If it is, push it into a stack. Otherwise, if it is a closing brace, check to see that the last brace pushed into the stack is this closing brace's open. That makes sense? At least logically.
Yeah, I like the pseudocode. Appreciate that.
So, what do we have, or what's our idea for doing the last part? Check if the last brace is the pair to the opening
You have
brace.
this dictionary, right?
Yeah. Oh.
So if the last thing that was pushed into the stack is this, right?
Right.
This will be a closing brace if, well, it'll be a closing brace as long as there's something in the stack, right? Because you're only putting opening braces into the stack. Yes, no, silence.
Yeah.
I'm just reading what you wrote.
Mhm.
Brace, stack. This will be the character.
Let me separate these guys a little bit from the rest of it.
Wait, what's... Oh, I see. Valid B. So then we still need like an if statement, I think.
Yeah. So this is the pseudocode for just the base logic, right? If the character is an opening brace, push it into the stack. Otherwise, if it is a closing brace, check to see that the last brace pushed into the stack, and the only braces that we're pushing into the stack are opening braces. So you want to make the comparison to check to see if the closing brace we're looking at matches the opening brace at the top of the stack.
How do you iterate through a dictionary?
You don't want to iterate through the dictionary. We just want to go by key value pairs.
Okay.
So we could set it up key of 0, key of 1. Do they match? Is like, that's how we set it up, the key of 1 and is.
Well, so if I wanted to
colon.
know what the closing brace for an open parentheses look like, I would say valid B open. This would be this equals this. Right? Because how do we access
Oh,
the value in a dictionary? We put the key in square brackets. And the keys are open parentheses, open curly brace, open square brace, right?
Mm-hmm.
So valid B, something, one of these will be one of these.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going to pull everybody back into the main room, and we'll go over this one. So,
all right.
Oh, this is on my computer still.
No, I didn't.
I saw a video of a little baby pygmy hawk, and there's a comment that said, "Look how big it isn't."
Wow.
Thought it was funny.
I'm having this problem where I can't draw on the screen right now.
Because nobody's sharing a screen. Somebody has
I
to share
know,
a screen.
but I need to be able to draw on the screen.
Okay, let me share my screen while I write the code for yesterday's algorithm to update the GitHub. And you can go buck wild, draw all over it while we wait for everybody else to get in here.
Well, I never got to finish my cat. It's kind of important.
It does sound kind of important.
Yeah. Oh no, what did I do to the face?
How do I draw?
Go to the top.
Go to the top and click annotate.
Might be better. Hey, stop. It's only a matter of time before someone draws something inappropriate.
No. No.
I feel like Cody's actually like writing something important that we should pay attention to. But we're all just
This
going.
is yesterday's algorithm. I'm just giving you a canvas to draw on. All right, so I think everybody's in here. So here's what we're going to do. Group 2, have you picked who is going to present?
Chris.
All right, go ahead. Share your screen, Chris. Lead us to the algorithmic promised land.
Yes.
What happened to my screen?
Hey.
So remember when Becky said that everyone understands? I actually don't understand.
What? No, I asked.
That's always happened to me.
It's because she
always
has the
don't-
good hair.
It's
What?
shut up. I even asked.
Let's.
Okay, so here we have a braces map. And this is what
Awesome.
we're checking against. Here we have a braces stack. We have a for loop here. And the for loop checks for open braces. And if it finds them, it appends it to the braces stack. And then I'm not sure what this is doing. If character is equivalent to the closing brace, then it runs an if statement. If braces map character
Oh, I
is not
see.
equal to braces stack pop. Yeah, I don't even understand what that is.
So basically, because you've already established, like, if you have any of the opening braces in your string, then they're pushed into your stack. So then you're comparing if you have a closing brace for the parentheses, then you pop, like, so if your braces character is not equal to anything in your stack, so any of the opening braces, then it comes back false, meaning that it's already like they match. So those are valid braces. And we have the if statement going for every closing version of that brace, meaning if you have any of the closing to any of the opening, then you're good. Then it's all false, they're all valid. So once you skip down to the bottom,
Wait,
you run
false
that
means
for
they're
loop.
valid?
Huh?
False means they're valid?
Yes, because it's just
Oh.
saying, like, if they're hold on.
I just thought, oh.
Oh, because it's so the braces stack is popping. So you're literally, as you go through, as it's closing, you're pushing everything out of your stack, or you're popping everything out of your stack. It's disintegrating.
Oh.
So down at the bottom, you have if length of the braces stack is greater than 0, meaning there's something left in your stack. There was something that didn't have a closing fraction, like, piece to it, then it returns false. So, yeah, if it's greater than 0, return false, else return true. So if there's stuff in there, like if it's all gone, then it's valid. If everything in your stack is cleared out and there's no stack, then it's valid.
So if there's an open brace before the closed brace, then also it shows it's valid, right?
Correct.
Cool. Run some test cases for us, Becky, or whoever's controlling the screen.
Chris.
So we have your examples, Cody.
Okay.
Which one would you like me to run?
Let's try string 1. I like that one the most.
Oops.
Hey, see? It is the best name ever. It says so itself. It says true.
Oh, so it worked?
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Try string 3. Okay. Now, I want
But
you...
in one, if you put the braces, like open the brace before you close it.
Yeah,
then
that's
it's
what I
not-
want to see. Try this string. Hey. Cool. That is indeed not a valid brace configuration because there is still an opening brace that has not been closed yet. Cool. So scroll up again, show the logic of the code, close the terminal window. Whoa.
Everything's in the way.
All right. So scroll up more. Okay. So do you guys see what's going on, right? So they have this let me draw some stuff. They have this braces map, right? Which is before I go into this, try running the brace configuration that Praneeth just put in chat. Test that one out.
Oh, is that like an edge case?
What happened? Oh, I think, yeah, you need it to be on the same line.
You can remove the last bracket there. You don't need the last one. Like you put two close. Oh yeah, no, you need that.
You do need it.
Oh no, you do need it. Yep.
Index error pop from empty list.
No, you need two brackets. Yeah.
Okay, so this one will give you an issue. So I knew I was onto something when I popped in and I told you guys to peek. When you're running the pop function, if the list is empty, then it will give you this error. So you did want to be able to check, because what's happening is you're coming across a closing brace before you have found an opening brace. And so because your if checks, if you scroll up in the code, because your if checks, keep going up.
Or just for the openings compared
Right,
to
right. So you're checking if the character is one of the closing braces, and then you have an if check going off of with the braces stack dot pop, right? And braces stack dot pop, if braces stack, you know, when it gets to, you know, this is the string, right?
Right.
First character is this. That matches this condition, right? Character is a closing brace, so it tries to, you know, this is your braces stack at that point. It's an empty list. There's nothing to pop from there.
Okay.
So you get big angry no.
Right.
Right? So that's why that peak functionality is so important. Because you need to be able to look to see, and that ends up being a fast fail case, because you end up being able to say if you know, this or this or this, like if we found a closing brace and this thing is empty, then we've already just determined that it's an invalid configuration because we've come across a closing brace before an actual opening brace has happened. But the bulk of the logic is solid here. Any questions on just the general idea that they were going for, or how to handle those edge cases, or anything on this?
Yeah, so that braces stack dot pop, so you're not comparing it to the if braces map character is not equal to braces stack. You're comparing it to braces stack, not braces stack dot pop. I don't really.
It is comparing. So what this should be tweaked to is, rather than this, it should be braces stack. Let me put some stuff here. Braces stack bracket, the length of braces stack -1. So you would want it to look something like that instead. I think that may have, yeah, that's kind of, man, the other day they showed there was a select tool. I don't have a select tool. But yeah, so this rather than braces stack dot pop, you want to check the last element, and then you would have an else. So else, then you would do the pop and remove it from the stack.
Okay.
Someone going on a rocket ship or something? I just heard a whee.
That's actually why Tash has that fake background up. It's because he's actually flying a plane right now.
You know, you could have sent me an email. If you said that you had to go fly a plane, I would have excused you for the day because that's just really cool.
Fly plane today.
Nope. Sorry, it doesn't work anymore. It was a one-time only. It had to be before 9 a.m. Sorry. Any other questions on this algorithm? Nope. No more questions.
Not here.
Okay. In that case, that's it for algos. I'm going to update the GitHub repository with a solution for this and a solution for the algorithm that we did yesterday. So that should be, you do not have Corona. If you do, then you just gave it to a bunch of other people and shame on you. Keep an eye on that GitHub repository. I should have it up within the next 20 minutes or so. I'm going to shoot for an 11 a.m. breakout session. Covering, let's see, I'm going to share my screen. It is going to cover, where is it? This guy right here, settings.py, urls.py, views.py, what they're doing and how the syntax relates to each other. So I will cover that. Let's shoot for 11 o'clock. And then that GitHub repository should be good to go by like 10:45 or so. Cool?
Cool.
Cool.
Was there not going to be any other lecture than that? Like anything else other than?
I mean, so all the topics I've already done lectures on.
Okay, right.
So it's just, breakout sessions. If there's topics that you're still iffy on, pop on in here, put the name of the topic that you want me to cover, and then just an explanation on what specifically about it. Because, if you say, I don't understand Django, it's like, that's everything? I need more than that. So
I really keep forgetting that the exam's coming up so fast.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
So
Well,
Cody, is
yes.
there a way that we can schedule like appointments? I know when we're in Zoom, like doing the breakout sessions and we have questions and they're not getting answered and they say, we can do that later with Mattermost, and then there's no follow through. Is there a time that we can schedule like, hey, we need some time. We need to follow up and someone else take a look at my screen and help me.
I mean, I haven't gotten any messages or anything saying, hey, can you help me right now? I mean, I'm generally in Mattermost all the time, or I'm keeping an eye on Mattermost. I'm in my office on walkabouts all the time, and I'm also in the Zoom room all the time. All you really need to do is, say, hey, I need help with this. Can we hop into a breakout room right now? And I will absolutely do that. So, I guess I can put up maybe I'll send out a Calendly link or something, and then you guys can schedule times and I'll handle things that way. But I mean, I've been making myself as available as I possibly can. And I haven't
I just know with this, the breakout sessions, it takes time away from that. So I want to okay. Honor that because other students want to have questions as well. So just putting that out there.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, come yell at me, pull me aside, pop into my office and say, hey, help me now. Do that, please. Same thing with Dakota. He and I were just kind of sitting here. I know we had the breakout session yesterday. But I mean, there is a little bit on you guys that you guys need to follow up and yell at us and say, I need help with this right now. Can you look at my screen? And we will absolutely do that. So please do that. Yell at me, make me uncomfortable, make me follow through on things.
I will.
I think I
definitely
just
keep you
did.
on top.
Thanks.
Cool. All right. Hop back in here at 11 o'clock. I will be updating GitHub and stuff until then. So 11 o'clock we'll handle the Django thing, and then I will be available for the rest of the day to help with anything else. Cool. See you at
11
11.
o'clock is just that's just for people who want a little help with that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right. Cool.
All right.